and we are back to energy upgrades and updates for this coming week, starting today actually. So I feel I'm back into the flow from the 23rd to the 30th of March. And of course the biggest event is definitely the solar partial eclipse as well as the new moon. But this is not all. What is interesting, the eclipse season of Aries and Libra is actually coming to an end. So this is the last one. And it has really been very exciting to go into all these amazing breakdowns. Yes, I'm saying breakdowns. It is important that we understand what is happening externally is a breakdown, and it's okay because we are at the end of this cycle. And now this partial eclipse, solar eclipse, is in Aries. So new beginnings, one way or another, the new is here, and we can no longer pretend the old still exists. And this applies internally and externally. But of course, externally, we are still in observer mode, and it's important to get into observer mode. We can do that. Over the last weeks, I noticed that energetically it's easier. Yes, I've been working on being the observer and all of that for a long time, but there is a difference when the energy is kind of supporting us. And that energy comes from Aquarius, comes from the Venus, but it also comes from the galactic center. And I'm not an astrologer, just to say that here at this point. So it is important to observe for the next couple of days what's breaking down in me. What are you willing to give up? What are you willing to let go? The Phoenix obviously is very, very present. What are you ready to die for? Die for? This is interesting. No, not die for. What are you ready to die? Let die, so that you can rise into the new. The new consciousness is only available if we are truly dying to the old. So this is the breaking down. It's not an easy time, and you are challenged in your power. But it's a good challenge because it changes the illusion and delusion of being in control and truly come in the power that is actually in your heart. And the power that's in your heart is very different because it's the power of love and not the love of power. We have been conditioned and learned, and we have been told that we need to be in control of everything, control of our emotions, control of our thoughts, and it doesn't work. No matter how much therapy, treatment, or whatever you choose, the control is not working because it is falling apart. So this week is a good opportunity to allow that to happen. Control is actually not necessary. If we're truly living in the flow, if we're living from the heart, we can actually see the things without being too involved or not involved at all. I'm going to be a bit personal today, which I'm usually not, but of course Patrick also lives a life. So as you may be aware that Sonko's Worlds is our conscious business. This is what we're doing. I don't have a second job. Ceci is not doing anything else. And since we came back from our holidays to see my mom for her 99th birthday, it was a bit tough in other ways. Words, the incomes didn't come. And for the first time, I could really look and go into the darkest hour of my soul and look at everything from different perspectives, and I was no longer attached. I truly went into the observer. The observer, as we know it from Advaita Vedanta, as Mochi, the most recent, I would say, beautiful teacher, but also, of course, from a quantum perspective. So in quantum perspective, or in a quantum self, the aspect of us that sees reality based on the past and what we know does no longer hold. The superposition, if you wish, not the future, the superposition in the presence, the quantum space is just taking it as it is. So yes, even I would have had panic attacks in the past, because kind of a bit difficult, but I don't have that anymore. So it's not just the work that I'm doing on my own, it is really the collective that has also been changing. So don't get broken down. It's just that everything is breaking. And I can assure you, you will not break, in the sense of you will continue being who you are and shining your light. With going into Aries, as into the sign that just happened 2 days ago, we are obviously stepping into all these new beginnings, that courage, that boldness, that let's do it anyway. The interesting thing, and I'm coming back once more to that eclipse season, it was between Aries and Libra. And of course, Aries and Libra are opposite to each other. And of course, Aries went on an ego trip and control and all of the other stuff about 4,000 years ago, when it was the time of Aries, and it never really came to an end because it didn't balance itself in Libra, the harmony. And so it is very interesting for me that we would be now at this very point of ascension, of awakening, of new earth. We would be here at this point of the end of that cycle of the eclipse between Libra and Aries. So what are you going to do with it? Well, having ceremony is always good. Having meditation is always good. I'm sure I record something that will assist you and support you in that. But it's very important that you just stay in your center. Stay in your heart. Observe. And you will see, regardless of you have nothing to do with this or you've done this for 100 years, you will see the observing becomes so much easier. This is the new collective frequency that we can all tap in easily. For some, of course, we need a little bit assistance with music and all of that, but this is one of the easier things. So this is what's happening in this week. It's exciting, it's challenging, but it's also amazing. So if you really stay in your power, the power of your heart, if you really can let go of the control and allow your ego and your heart, your mind to fall into your heart, then you will see that this is maybe one of the most powerful weeks that you can have. And so the galactic center, of course, and Aquarius, but also, of course, my star seed planet for Malhut, because they're kind of all hanging there together. They're bringing us a bridge. And this bridge is actually a bridge of light codes today. These light codes that allow us to attune to this collective breaking down and setting free. Because of course this is the idea of Aries, and Aries in tarot is also the fool that jumps in. So I'm inviting you, as I'm calling in the dragons and as you are getting prepared, to bring in these light codes, so you have a bridge to access and to stay in your power right here in your heart. Chuma chuma tira rura rishe produculation de blundem dem dem der yamanamuna de rundarinda rinda 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 chamanuna rinda rinda re undare amane amane re chuna merena ne runa re kanana mare re 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 ro ro ra 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 chamikyo madare de uratara pakwa shyamana. These light codes now allow you to raise your frequency again, to truly step into the observer, to stay in your presence, in your heart, in your power, in your potential. Plachola malehun, plachola mane manunane, plachele mahun bahunam hunahunane parahia deoa, plachele la 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 leoha manakonya mano. Achia menaro, achia rena re 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 menayo, channa menayo, chumana ra 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 re ra ra koyama chiama ho. So, how was that bridge for you? How are you feeling now about accessing these energies and staying in your heart, in your heart power, and also being able to see with the eyes of the observer? The more you see, the less you can't unsee what you have seen. The more you can see through the eyes of the observer, the more your physical body is actually upgrading to homoluminous, in which we are evolving into. And I will talk more about this. For now, in these upgrades, I give you as much as I can at this moment in time. If you want to go deeper, don't feel shy. Contact me, contact us, and maybe we find something. In the description, I surely let you know what we are up to. It becomes very clear in this time. Yes, we are working with people who are ready to tap within, who are ready to cross over that bridge to new earth and self. We are with those who are just ready and dear. You may not have been on the spiritual path or awakening or ascension path for the last 20 years, but you may be a curious rookie, or you may be a tired seeker, or a yearner who knows it is time to step in and tap in to this new consciousness that is available to us, to this new life, to this new earth, and to this new self. So happy to see you, and thank you for today. And let me know in the comments, like it, let me know in the comments how you relate, how your week is going, how the energy is treating you, and how the light language song and bridge supported you in being the observer and accessing these light codes. See you soon. So much love.